You didn't bring any gifts? No, no. Okay. Hi. Welcome back. I should probably get the welcome back because it's been how long? Like 5 or 6 months, almost a year, like half a year. But I'm back. Hey, clap, clap. Yay! I'm back. Anyways, today I'll be showing you guys my curly hair routine. And honestly, for someone with curly hair, my hair has changed throughout the years. Like I'll show a picture here. I used to have like really wavy hair when I was a kid, and now we're back to this. And honestly, my hair type, it's really interesting. Like whenever somebody asks me what my hair type is, I always gotta sit them down, give them popcorn, try to explain like, okay, so here we have straight, but on the top is kind of wavy. But when you get here, it's more tight curls. But then when you get out, it's just like normal 3A curls. Like it's a whole process. So honestly, trying to find like a good curly hair routine for me personally has been a little bit of a journey. Not a little bit, a lot. But yeah, here we are. And also another thing, I'm gonna get a haircut. Cause like my hair, it look, you know what I mean? Like it kind of looks like a triangle, and then it poofs out at the bottom. It reminds me of a jellyfish. That's what it reminds me of. So I'm gonna get a haircut, and I'm gonna put more layers on top so that I'm able to have like a woof. But like I've been wanting highlights for so long, like so bad. Like I'll like pictures here, like that's the type of like highlights I want to get, something like that, just to change it up. I've never dyed it or anything, and I want to try. Like I want to try something new. Like we all know, like we had that phase as kids where we wanted rainbow hair. Now I want highlights. Yes. As a matter of fact, so you see these highlights on top of it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You guys haven't met Yoshi. Say hi, Yoshi. I got a puppy. Yeah. He's a sweet baby. Well, he's kind of a poopy baby and pee-pee paws. So this is Yoshi. Ooh. So anyways, this is Yoshi. He is a Yorkie. Now he looks a little bit different from a Yorkie. That's because he's a Brewer Terrier or a Party Yorkie, as what you may know him as. And yeah, he's 4 months. We've had him for about a month and a half. I mean 3 months. He's 3 months. Had him for a month and a half. So yeah. But you see how like he has these highlights? Like you see that? I need to match Yoshi. You know what they say about owners matching their dog? I need to become Yoshi. Dude, there's nothing. Ooh. Anyways, enough about that. Let's actually get to my curly hair routine and what I do and what works for me. Now? Okay, now. Okay, so what you're gonna need is a brush, any kind of brush. Now, I do want to try the bounce curl brush because I've heard that one's really good and it gives me volume at the top, which is what I want. And you're gonna need a mist, something that's like weightless, because you don't want too much weight holding down your curls, which is something that like I noticed when it comes to my curls, especially by the roots. You want to be really careful when you're applying things near your roots. This is a hair growth mist because it kind of helps with the front pieces, because me personally, like near the front, I don't know if you could see it, but like it's not full and as thick as the rest of my hair. And you're gonna need some sort of cream, whether it's a leave-in conditioner or a mask or even your normal conditioner, as long as you have anything and it works. Get that. And then you're gonna need some heat protectant. Now, me personally, I don't really use heat protectant, but I know you should. I'm telling you, you should. Like, really, it's important. You need that heat protectant, especially since I'm gonna be using a diffuser. A diffuser is like easier and faster for me personally because I can't air dry. I can't. And I feel like it gives me more volume when air dry compared to air drying. But whatever works for you works for you. But because I'm going to be using a diffuser and I will be using the heat setting, I am going to use some sort of like heat protectant. And then obviously you're going to want a gel, a lightweight gel. Now this one is not really thick. It's watery and kind of like slimy, and it's really good. I love this gel. By the way, Twist, I love them. I just ran out of their conditioner and I need more. Also add on to that, you're going to be wanting a clip, preferably like one of these, because like it's more easier to slip in. I mean, honestly, just use a clip. Any clip will work. Mix, match, small, big, it doesn't matter as long as it works. Now, just as a reminder, I am not a professional hairstylist. I'm not. But this is just what works for me with the stuff that I have and like a routine that I found that is really simple. Now, yes, your arms will hurt because I'm going in depth. Like I am going row by row by row because usually I'll skip some skip. Usually I'll skip some parts and like skip. Usually I'll skip some steps and to make my routine faster and just easier, but I'll be going in depth and trying to help you guys out because honestly, I will sit in bed and look up routine, middle part, no part, how to do this, how do I get definition, how do I get definition and volume, how do I just get volume, what products are best for this hair, what products are best for that hair, and I'll look at the products that they list and it is expensive. Like, no. But yeah, so I'm just going to be doing what works for me and maybe it may work for you. And if you're watching this and you don't have curly hair, that is okay. You could sit there and watch me be chaotic and fumble over my words 10 million times. I forgot like one of the most important things. Water. Oh my goodness. I don't know how I forgot that, but you're gonna want water. Okay, now obviously the first step you're gonna want to do is to drench your hair, and you're gonna be able to hear that squelch, especially near your roots, because that will help the product absorb better, and it's also easier to manage, especially on curly hair or hair that has any sort of texture. Okay, now here comes my favorite part of all, is sectioning your hair. First, you're gonna section off the crown of your head, which is basically the top part. You're gonna section that into 2 pieces, so it's easier to manage. And you're basically going to follow what I'm doing in order to section it. There's different ways to section your hair, but I find this easier, more convenient for me from someone who does not like sectioning at all. Then you're going to want to take in whatever leave-in conditioner or cream you have, and you're going to run it through your hair and take your brush and brush upwards and away from your hair so it's able to create more volume. I'll be able to show that more in depth later. Then you're going to take your gel and scrunch it into your hair gently, not too rushed or not too quickly. Then you're going to want to create more sections along that side of your hair in the back and continue to follow the same steps that I just said in the first part. And please remember to be gentle when you're scrunching whatever gel or cream into your hair. Now, whatever pieces that you don't really like, you can always take them and curl them and apply some more product. The same goes for any pieces that have gotten dried from since when you first applied water. And you could always apply more water and more product as you go. Then you basically repeat those steps for every single section of your hair that you've created. Now, if you really want volume, do what I'm doing, and that's taking the section of my hair and brushing up and away from my scalp rather than downwards and closer to my scalp. That will help me with volume. Okay, now that we are done with the lower section of my head, we are going to move on to the top section, which is known as the crown, I believe. I think. Yes, maybe. So, no? Okay. Anyways, so now we're going to be moving on to the top section of my head. And this is also really important if you want to get that volume and that no middle part. Now, I know some of us do struggle with a permanent middle part, but I'm pretty sure that if you do this again and again and again and keep up with it, similar to curl training, you'll be able to train your hair to get rid of that middle part in order to get as much volume as you would like to get. Then you're basically going to want to create horizontal sections in your hair just as we did for the rest. And you're going to continue that all the way from the back coming towards your face. And you'll be repeating the same steps that I told you once more. However, you're going to be more careful with the amount of product that you apply and how close it is to your actual scalp. I'd say 1/2 inch away from your hair connecting to your actual scalp, so then the product isn't too close to your scalp and doesn't cause as much buildup as it normally would. And remember to brush up and away from your head. Okay, I know I look crazy, but bear with me, please. Now you're going to want to stand up on your feet, and you're going to be using your mist. Now, me personally, I like to use my mist to add back moisture into my hair that I lost during the time when I was doing my other pieces. And it also helps with definition. And you notice that for the top part, I didn't use gel. But that's because I didn't want to weigh it down too much. And what I like to do is I like to take some gel, some water, mix it up, and I flip over my head and I gently scrunch it. Now, when you're scrunching, you're not going, no, no, no. You're going to be gentle. You're going to be like, nice. Nice. Like you want to be gentle. Okay, I lied when I said you had to stand up. You don't have to stand up. I like to stand up, but for the purposes of this video, I'm gonna be sitting down while flipping my hair over. I'm gonna look crazy, but this is me helping you, okay? So while I look crazy, I'm helping you. You know, they say beauty is pain. Well, in my case, beauty is shame. So now you apply your mists. This is the part where I scrunch up the water mixed in with the gel onto my hair. And then to top it off, I go in with another set of mist. Okay, so my hair dried out a little bit, but I just reapplied some of the misting water that I have from the water bottle, and I just reapplied some mist and I scrunched it up a little bit, and you should be good to go. Because honestly, the way your hair dries, it will stand. I don't want my hair to dry flat because I'm gonna be flipping my head over this way, that way, so I'm able to get more volume. This is the diffuser I'll be using. It has an attachment piece, and there's different pieces that come with it, which I find really helpful. Now, first, I'll be starting off just by letting it hover over so it's able to create some sort of cast. We don't want it to have the full, complete dry cast. So that's where we're gonna start. You could do cold or medium heating settings. Now, make sure to spray your heat protectant. Then you gently diffuse the ends of your hair by scrunching it slowly and coming down slowly. And once you're scrunching it into your hair, you hold it for at least a good 10 or 15 seconds before letting it down. Then when you do flip your hair over to the side, make sure you hover over it before actually going in with the scrunch. And make sure to repeat to both sides. Okay, now this part is optional, but I recommend using some form of hair oil when you're scrunching out the crunch, which is your gel cast, and when you're declumping the clumps. And this is what my hair looks like after a good 10 or 15 minutes. As you can see, it looks a lot better from like before when I finished diffusing it. You just gotta trust the process. I promise you gotta trust the process. And it will only get better from now as it continues to air dry and fluff up and show more of my curls. And because this is a no part, I could flip it however I want and it should look pretty decent or pretty good. And you could even do a little middle part, even though that's what we were trying to avoid. But you could do it. Like something like this. I haven't done a middle part in so long. Like, okay, so we're doing the side part. And this is what my hair looked like an hour or two after doing my whole little routine, and it looks so much better. But anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I really do. This was kind of a video to get me out of my little YouTube break or slump, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I hope you like, comment, subscribe, and make sure to share this with your friends and family, your cat, your dog, your mouse, your headband, your bed. Just make sure to share it, okay? Anyways, bye. Have a wonderful day, night, or afternoon.